Well, let's do AM News now. Government has started its Urban Renaissance Project through the Sister City Project. This project seeks to foster improved urban management through strategic investment. Government says the Ghana Secondary Cities Support Program is a testament to the nation's commitment to creating vibrant, well-managed cities that will undoubtedly propel Ghana into a new era of prosperity and modernity. Here's Jacqueline and Sumaya Boy's report.
Government says it is channeling $245 million into the Ghana Secondary City Support Program. The project, led by the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, will reshape urban landscapes and fortify institutional capabilities across 35 municipal assemblies and 16 regional coordinating councils. During the sword-cutting ceremony at Awutusinya East and Aguna West Municipal Assemblies, Minister for Local Government and Decentralization, Dan Boche, rallied community members to ensure judicious use of the allocated funds meant for the execution of the various projects there.
It's important that people are well informed. You get the understanding of the people, so that even if you don't meet their expectation, because you are being in touch with them, they have a way of living with it. We have examples of areas that they are built very beautiful structures, but people have even refused to use it. Because why? They were not consulted. And if this relationship, I keep emphasizing that unit committee, other subcommittees of the local assembly, the assembly members, and then the municipal assemblies will perform as expected of them, because the injunction that you shall, the assembly shall. You understand that? There are so many subcommittees of the assembly, and if they are all working, they are all meeting very well, then the other person will say that government is closer to us. You understand? When they say there's joint, government is not closer to them, it's not necessarily the president or the MP. You are talking of those who represent the people at the base, and that is the assembly. And that's why I see the opportunity to talk about the forthcoming assembly elections. No, that they should elect people of merit, people who have time to serve the people. And the interaction is key. The interaction is key. If people know they are involved in the decision making, if people know that you are consulting them very regularly, even if you don't satisfy them to the level they want, they will try to appreciate and understand it. And that's why I'm urging them that the chief should be able to go around, and I'm happy the chief even said it. If they think that the way they are mixing the concrete is not good, they are preferring, so instead of applying 100 bars of cement, they are applying 60, they should be able to, draw our attention to it.
Member of Parliament for Aguna West, Cynthia Morrison, praised the government for heeding to the plight of traders and constituents as a whole for bringing the project to the area.
What our heart's desire has come to pass. You see our market women squatting in the scorching sun. When it rains, they have nowhere to sit. But today of all days, by God's grace, 9/11/23, the sword has been cut for the commencement. The money is ready. It's not now that we are going for a loan. The money is ready and everything. And we pray that almost a year that they've given us, by the close of day, the market should have been constructed for the women to have a good place to sit and sell.
The project is expected to end in the year 2025. For JoyNews, I am Jacqueline and Sumaya Boy.
Now, a 52-year-old physically challenged person is asking society to stop stigmatizing them. Franklin Toga, whose arm was amputated after an accident at age 19, says discriminatory act only prevent physically challenged individuals from bringing out the best in them to support themselves and their families. He's been speaking with Otirigen's Peter Seno.
He lost his arm while trying to learn a trade after he dropped out of school at the age of 19. He took apprenticeship with his uncle in vulcanizing, and while he was inflating a lorry tie, it blasted. He woke up on a hospital bed only to realize he lost his left arm. That did not deter him to become independent and self-reliant. This is the story of 52-year-old Franklin Toga, a resident at Sandro Kofi in the Oti region, who is now into cocoa farming with one arm to take care of his family. He tells us how he has been managing over the past years.
This is my cocoa farm. I started it somewhere 2015, and then I've been trying to do my best to bring the cocoa to a surviving place where it can take care of me and my family. Initially, I wasn't like this. An uncle of me who is called Ajimai, Francis, he was a vulcanizer. On the 6th of December 1989, at the age of 19 years, and then this unfortunate thing happened.
He also says life has been tough for him, even when he tried to get a wife.
Yes. I want to say this. People with disability, in fact, we have challenges. So, look, anytime you go, people don't see you as somebody who can do anything better. It is there. People stigmatize to us. There's a tree where all the way so coin. When you are bringing such person to your family, ask you, all the way so coin, where are you going with this man? What can he do? But I am proving them wrong today that disability is not inability. Even though I am challenged, my mind is not challenged. What I can do, nobody can take it away from me for that one.
He calls on society to shun discriminating against persons living with disability. This, he says, prevents them from unearthing their potentials.
So I am putting this to people who are making people with disability shy away from what they can do. I'm telling them they should stop it. I'm using this medium to tell them they should stop it. They should rather embrace us so that the ability in us can be portrayed so that people can see the best of us.
Simon Opoku-Minta is the assembly member for Central Kofi electoral area. He is asking for support for Franklin to enable him succeed at his farming business.
I'm here as an assemblyman appealing to the public, philanthropists, NGOs, and all well-wishers, churches, to come to Brother Franklin Togan's aid, so that at least with some of the farm inputs that can make his work easier are provided to him so that he can achieve his aim.
Franklin is also good at music, although he did not receive any formal training in this regard. He directs the EP Church Choir at Central Kofi Benwa on Sundays and also good on the keyboard.
In fact, it is challenging because sometimes when you are playing, jumping fingering to reach the other key whilst the other hand is not there is challenging.
For JoyNews.
Non-government organization ActionAid Ghana wants government to commit the needed resources to the provision of kindergarten and primary infrastructure during educational development planning and implementation at the handing over 2-unit KG block with ancillary facilities at Namasa in the Tyne district. The head of programs at ActionAid, Justin Bayo, said such commitment will help improve the learning outcomes and empower the people to break free from poverty. Precious Semevo has more.
Namasa DA Basic B School in the Tyne district of the Bono region was established in 2019 by ActionAid to meet the educational needs of 251 pupils in the farming community, but without a nursery. Over the years, the KG pupils have been using this abandoned and dilapidated block as classrooms, a place not fit for training future leaders. According to the headmaster, Alhassan Isifu, the situation of the current 156 kg pupils was inhumane.
Before the commissioning of the basic school from P1 to P6, we were having only 5 KG2 students, even no single student for KG1 at that dilapidated building. So in fact, I thought it was we have to convert the library and then the common room to KG1 and KG2. In fact, looking at the enrollment, when the children are in school and you come there, in fact, you yourself, you can't breathe. So it was very, very bad.
ActionAid yet again to the rescue has handed over a 2-unit KG block at 450,000 cedis with ancillary facilities, including a borehole and a playground at a ceremony at Namasa. Justin Bayo, ActionAid head of programs, said they invest in education to empower young minds.
Since 2001, ActionAid has constructed 22 model kindergarten schools with recreational facilities, especially in the Bono and Ahafu enclaves. This school, which we are commissioning, will serve as a reserve for learning, a space where young minds will be nurtured and dreams will take flight. It is a space where teachers will inspire, motivate and mold the minds of the next generation.
The head teacher relishes the positive impact the edifice will bring.
Myself as a head, I know it is going to help me a lot, and then for the people too, it will help them a lot. It is going to boost enrollment, and then looking at the infrastructure and all the other things in it, I hope it will enhance teaching and learning. For now, we don't have fault. We will be happy if any benevolent institution can come to our aid.
Justin Bayo appealed to the government to commit resources to help develop the education of the people.
Let us join hands and work together to ensure that every child in Ghana has access to a quality education. Kindly permit me to humbly appeal to ensure that the government commits the needed resources and prioritizes the provision of kindergarten and primary infrastructure in our educational development planning. My humble appeal to you is to prioritize the maintenance of this edifice.
Precious Semevo, JoyNews, Namasa.
Now, Agreement Officer at USAID, Paul Napare, has urged chiefs and parents to demand accountability from managers of educational institutions in their localities. He says when that is done, it will give a better outcome for education in their respective areas, as teachers will no longer take decisions that will be affront to the education of their children. Ms. Napare made statement at the regional launch of the USAID Ghana Strengthening Accountability in Education System project in WA. Rafiq Salam reports from WA.
The Cooperative Assistance and Relief Everywhere and its partners, Africa's Community Development Alliance, Crown Agents, Ghana National Education Campaign Coalition, and the School for Life are implementing the 5-year 50 million cooperative agreement with the Ghana Mission of United States Agency for International Development to assist the Ministry of Education and its allied agencies to strengthen accountability at the basic level. The objective is to strengthen accountability mechanisms in the education sector. Speaking at the regional launch in Tamale, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa, in a speech read on his behalf, said for GS, any offer that would help enhance accountability is welcome.
The education accountability framework. As you are all aware, basic education is key as it forms the foundation that our children will build on. And so for us in GS, such a project that will ensure accountability to improve learning outcomes is a very welcoming one. Ghana has made significant strides to improve access to education and the quality of it. The Ghana Education Service has established various structures from the school level to the national level to enhance accountability. mandate. For us in the Ghana Education Service, we welcome any opportunity that will help us strengthen these systems to make them more efficient, to improve learning outcomes.
The Northern Regional Minister Shani Alhassan Shaibu, whose speech was read on his behalf by the Regional Planning Office, Enusa Abukari, said Ghana is committed to ensuring a healthy collaborative effort between development partners to achieve the SDG Goal 4.
Now, the Health Service Supply Chain Practitioners Association of Ghana says it is worried about the recent review of their collective agreement. The group says it is sitting on a time bomb and wants leadership to be more tactful. President of the association, Stephen Sechi, said this at the occasion's conference in Tamale.
The conference, which was under the theme Leveraging Professionalism for Impactful Supply Chain, brought together members of the association across the country to deliberate on their work and welfare. Speaking at the event, the national president, Stephen Sechi, also raised concerns about issues of their steady leave.
Moreover, Madam Chair, we are calling for the review of the steady leave quota for supply chain staff. Since leave with pay is either minimal or non-existent, this is demotivating and hence an immediate review should be done so that slot for steady leave with pay should be widened to include our cadre. Also, once our mother union is represented here, Brother Zachary, Madam Chair, we want to let you know or register our displeasure to the recent review of our collective agreement. All we are saying is that the fuel allowance component should be across board for all principal grades and not selectively applied. My advice to the union is that we are sitting on a time bomb, hence in the upcoming negotiation, all eyes will be on them. They should seek for the benefit of the majority of their members and not the selected few.
Responding to their concerns, the national chairman of the Health Service Workers Union, Zakaria Mohammed, assured the union they would fight their cause.
But let me assure you, we will do everything possible to better the working condition of all of us. For that one, I assure you. And so what we need from you is just your prayers. I know it's not going to be easy, but definitely, when we hit a rock and we say Choboli, we expect that all of you will say, hey, because sometimes that is the language the government understands. Brother President, let me take the privilege to tell you that we will do everything possible to make sure that even at 6%, what are we going to do with 6%? When inflation is rocketing, inflation is galloping, when people have refused to stop buying land cruisers, then you tell we the poor workers to sacrifice for people? No.
In a speech read on behalf of the Northern Regional Minister by the Regional Budget Analyst Mohammed Haruna, said procurement was one area saddled with issues of corruption in the country and called on the procurement officers to help protect the government purse.
Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this conference resonates deeply with me because it emphasizes the transformative power of professionalism. When professionalism permeates every level of our supply chains, from sourcing raw materials to delivering the finished goods, it leads to efficiency, reliability, and sustainability. It ensures that our interactions are not only profitable, but at least help save the affairs of the states.
The keynote speaker, Dr. Bright Ejekum, who represented the Chief Director at the Ministry of Health, called on the officers to uphold the ethics of their profession.
Professionalism goes hand in hand with ethical conduct. Professionals in the supply chain should uphold high standard of honesty, Director explained it, integrity, and respect for all stakeholders involved. By adhering to ethical practices, we foster trust and reliability, which strengthens the overall integrity of the entire supply chain system.
And that's how we wrap up the AM News here on the show. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the news review. Do stay with us.